What is up, guys, man? What up, here? We're back with another video, another review for God of High School. Man, this, before I get into that, so recently, my videos kept getting blocked for, so for editing on this video, I'm going to keep it at a bare minimum. I've been trying to incorporate more videos into my clips, into my video, more clips into my videos, right? And, I guess, it's like a certain time. Like, if it's too long, then it gets like copyrighted. But if the clips are really short enough, then it doesn't get copyrighted. But I don't know the exact time yet, so I guess I'm still messing with that. But either way, I'm just to avoid this video getting blocked and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the editing to a minimum here, just so it's gonna probably just be a lot of pictures, things like that. But yeah, so yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. Red Diversity. So the everything that happened this episode, I basically mentioned last episode. I said, I've said they were gonna fight the wrestler and they were gonna fight the guy with the bat. The guy with the bat's name is Beck, and then the wrestler's name is like Ma or something like that. So I predicted that happening. Like I said, I mentioned this last episode for a reason. I said those two were specifically thrown in there for the purpose to look strong, right? Their purpose was to look strong, so that once it was like a build up, it builds up. So once you know, you and Han got to fighting, that it would actually be a more interesting fight. So that was the whole purpose of them. It was just to build up Han and you. So yeah, that was pretty much all that was. But yeah, let me jump back to the beginning of the episode, though. I kind of skipped over some stuff. I just had to mention that first off the bat, though. But yeah. So beginning of it, and I'm sorry. I might have said this wrong last episode. I could have sworn Kane was the guy with the straight jacket, and I thought Go. No, I could have sworn Go was the guy with the straight jacket, and Kane was the martial artist that fought him in that last episode. And I could be wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, either way, both of them were basically eliminated from the tournament. One for taking too much damage, and the other one I think had, like, you know, if I'm saying it right, Go, or I'm gonna just say guy with straight jacket, because I can't. I think I get the names flipped for some reason. The guy with the straight jacket, he was I guess mentally out of it, so both of them had to be eliminated, right? So Jin. And you know, the judges, I can't, their names are like commissioners, I want to say, as well, or something like that. But and the webtoons, they were known as judges, so I'm gonna just stick to that saying. They basically decided that those two could no longer be in it, but they kind of put the blame on Jin for both of them. But it really, Jin only took out the straight jacket guy. The other guy just kind of lost to the straight jacket guy anyway. So yeah, but anyways, those two were eliminated. And Jay, we're gonna decide. Well, basically, Jim. If Jim was any other, like a normal contestant, right, he would have basically been eliminated, probably right then and there, for just interfering in a fight. But I mean, if I was running that tournament, right, I just saw two really great fighters. I'm gonna let Jim participate. Honestly, I'm not even gonna just, I know he interrupted a fight. I'm just honestly just let him keep going, because we just lost two good fighters. And if we're having this tournament for entertainment purposes, it's not really entertaining anymore at that point. But it may not have just been just the fighting wise. It may have also been a lot of other things. But yeah, so yeah, Jin is back. He had to they set him a thing up. They said if you can beat this judge, I'm not gonna get into the fight just yet. But they say you can beat this judge, you can continue. So he was then given fruit by Park Mujan. Basically, Park is the main judge, or the guy that's kind of almost running this specific tournament in this division. So he was basically gave him the fruit for a specific reason. Those fruits were forbidden, or if not cursed. It was just they just weren't normal fruits. I can't remember if we really got any real details on them. But it was apparently unknown what the effects would be to a normal human, right? So pretty much our best guess would be probably death to a normal human, right? So this here it's kind of a foreshadowing. If you didn't, obviously you probably don't know. If you keep up with anime only, this isn't really a spoiler, but it shows that Jin is not really a normal human, right? If that makes sense. So just a little foreshadow from that incident there. But yeah, was there anything else besides the fruit? Yeah, and basically he like almost died from just that too. But yeah, the fruit was basically to test him too, to make sure, see if he really was the son or grandson of the other Jin. So if he was the grandson of the other Jin, then he definitely should have survived eating the fruit, which he obviously did. And there's reasons that we'll get to later on about that and all of that. But yeah, it's a lot. This storyline is way deeper than right now what we just see on the surface of it, and we've really gone super far in like 3 episodes. Like we're like each episode is probably at the pace of like 5 chapters. Like they cover 5 webtoon chapters in like 1 episode, so the pace is really darn quick so far. But yeah, anyways, besides the fruit, was there anything else in that beginning scene? Yeah, he ended up eating the fruit, whatever. We'll see some more. We'll hear some more about that probably soon, so I won't get into that. Um, but yeah, just so anime gets crazy. So let me just kind of get into it a little bit. It's not really as simple as martial arts. You know, you just throwing like right now, right? Okay, and let me step back even a little bit more here. You're gonna always get some action in this anime every episode, and that's what I mean. I think was gonna draw a lot of people into it, because it's not. You're never gonna get. DBZ had great fights, Bleach great fights, Naruto great fights, all that stuff great fights, great story. But a lot of times it was just so much downtime in some of those animes that it got stale at times. Right? Hunter X Hunter was pretty nice, but it got stale at times when we had to go through all these different um, arcs and things like that. So, but in God of High School, you're gonna constantly get probably, if not every episode, every other episode, at least a good fight. So that's one thing. And then the animations are already godly animation. So it's just a really really great series to keep up with right now in this time of the year. But yeah, okay. Now moving forward a little bit. Um, yeah, it gets past just straight throwing hands. As we got a glimpse of that in Jin's fight. But I'll talk about that a little more when I get to that part. But Jin's fight, yeah, we saw a little glimpse of how like crazy it can really get, in terms of abilities and things like that. So yeah, and then you can already tell too just by like um, even Han's fight that these they're basically these aren't normal attacks in a sense, right? So let's actually now let's get into no let's get into you fight really fast here. They're like nothing insane there, but also let's talk about Ma is American, right? She was from America, and just note how the reason she is from America is because wrestling isn't really big, if not even a sport in Japan. So, or no, this is webtoon. It's Korea, I'm pretty sure. So it's not even really big in Korea. So it makes sense why she was American wrestler. So and that was kind of a nice little shout out to wrestling in America right there. But yeah, that's why Ma was American. And anyways, ended up fighting you. Um, it's a sense of, obviously, Jin. We've yet to really see Jin struggle, but these other two, Han and you, they're both just basically regular Joes in a sense. So they do struggle. They are super strong, but they struggle against other strong, normal people. So they actually have to pit up a fight, right? So, and I honestly think if they went all out in the first few seconds of their fights, they probably could have won way earlier. But maybe I'm just downplaying their opponents. Maybe I'm just downplaying Ma and Beck. But I felt like you and Han could have won immediately in their fights. But maybe I'm just downplaying the other two. But yeah, so getting into that, like I said, that you fight. Yeah, she so basically ended up losing her sword. Ma was putting up a pretty good fight there. But obviously, just to emphasize too, as well as not just gonna be straight hand throwing, you was able to cut Ma with freaking her arms. She literally sliced her to the point where she bled with just her arms. Right? So just to emphasize how like absurdly strong and not just normal fighting but and obviously we got that in episode 2 between Kane and or Go and Jin, right? So when Jin was like freaking had smoke coming out of his body, and they were fighting dang near in the rafters, right? So it, just to emphasize there, just so people know, yeah, the power scaling escalates pretty darn high in this series as it goes on. But yeah, so yeah, that fight was pretty interesting. Nice to see that. Obviously, great action, and then Han, in his fight, we got to see Han, we really got to see. Well, Yu's still a mystery, honestly, in terms of her abilities. We know she's a great sword fighter. We know she can also fight without her sword. But in terms of her, like, what's her full potential? We've yet to really see. But here we got a good glimpse of Han and what he can really do here. Um, in terms of his fighting ability. But Beck, right? Beck was a pretty interesting. He was pretty interesting character, and actually, he was one that actually he was figured if he can learn every fighting style, he can probably pretty much counter it, right? And that was pretty interesting there to see him actually put up a good fight and almost he could probably be almost any normal contestant any day of the week. So it's really, really, like I said, goes to show that I'm not really downplaying them. Those guys really probably did put up a good fight, but it just shows. I just expected Han and them to just blow them out, but those guys put up a pretty good fight. And yeah, Han won. We got to see some techniques by him. Um, yeah, reminded me of like some I can't even think about it. It reminds me of, but yeah, really nice scene there. So both the fights were pretty nice, and then we get into Jin's part, right? So was there anything else between Jin and that? Well, Jin obviously, like I said, still knocked out, almost missed his fight, but got there just in time. And all right, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I skipped over that? No. All right, so yeah, come fight day, right? All Jen had to do was essentially knock the judge on the ground or commissioner, whichever one you want to say, um, and then he wins the fight. Right? That's essentially all he had to do. He told this guy earlier before he said he told him to take his glasses off like before so he didn't like break him or something like that. And he said that earlier in the episode. It was like one of the first things when they first announced that he was gonna fight him. So he took his glasses off before he pushed. Jin took his glasses off, then pushed him on the ground, and essentially the fight was over there. Right? The judge got so mad that he still attacked him after that. Jin hit him back down on the ground, so he basically won twice. Right? If anyone had doubts if the first second was a fluke, like the audience and the crowd, they should have known off that second kick that it was not a fluke. But anyways, yeah, yeah. I mean, it just goes to show how overpowered Jin is, even still now. But something else I want to point out. He said his body was feeling hot. I guess they'll elaborate more on that next episode. But just something I want to point out there. And also once the judge basically summoned that thing creature. I don't even know what to call it. Their monitor power level. It said did it say power level? What was it? It said something unknown. It couldn't register what it was or something like that on their wrist. I can't remember exactly what it said. I think it said DP or I damage points. What does DP mean? I don't know, but anyways, I should have went back and looked at that a little bit more. But yeah, it was just something to note there on that what happened once he did some of that, and then obviously, Park broke up the fight, told Jin he won, and yeah, so he's back in the tournament essentially, and I figured obviously that I thought they were just gonna let him back in, but yeah, he won with ease, no problem there. Um, but yeah, that fight was just to basically demonstrate Jin's power again. And moving past that though, I want to talk a little bit about next episode. So I predicted last episode. I predicted that we pretty much get. I predicted the whole purpose of Ma and Beck. I literally said their whole reason here and their whole purpose is to just hype up the fight between them and the other main stars, right? So once that happened, that fight's over, right? So what's the next fight? If it's not obvious already, the next fight will be Han and Yu. So sorry, it's not really a spoiler. If you looked at the tournament chart, you would have known. But yeah, Han and Yu are going to probably fight each other next. If Jin is still on the other side of his bracket, so Jin would probably have to just fight one person. Then he'll be in the finals, and then in the finals he will fight whoever wins between Jin will fight whoever wins between Han and Yu. So that's pretty much what we expect to see next episode. Han and Yu going against each other, and then Jin basically just walk into the finals in a sense. And then basically after that, we'll see who wins there. So ask yourselves this: who has more to win between you and Han? And that's probably who's gonna win that fight. In terms of actually what we've seen so far, who looks more impressive in fighting style? I'm leaning, in my opinion here, Han looks more impressive in terms of his fighting style. So just more interesting. It'd be a really, really, really interesting fight. But besides that, whoever wins, that has to fight Jin. So that's gonna be the most interesting fight of all. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and that's what's coming up next episode. So and the pace of this anime is just moving really fast. If you really think about how much we've seen and done within the first 3 episodes, it is a stupid, tremendous amount. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like, show your support. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. We do this every week. Hope you guys enjoyed, man. Real Diversity. We are out. Peace.